Once upon a time, there was a sensible, straight line who was hopelessly in love with a dot. You're the beginning and the end, the hub, the core and the quintessence, he told her tenderly. But the frivolous dot wasn't a bit interested, for she only had eyes for a wild and unkempt squiggle who never seemed to have anything on his mind at all. They were everywhere together, singing and dancing and frolicking and laughing and Lord knows what else. He's so gay and free, so uninhibited and full of joy, she cried rapturously. And you're as stiff as a stick, dull, conventional and repressed, tied and trammeled, subdued, smothered and stifled, squashed, squelched and quenched. Why take chances, the line argued without much conviction. I'm dependable, steady, consistent. I know where I'm going. I've got dignity. But this was small consolation for the miserable line. Each day he grew more and more morose. He stopped eating or sleeping, and before long was completely on edge. His worried friends noticed how terribly thin and drawn he was and did their best to cheer him up. She's not good enough for you. She lacks depth. They all look alike anyway. Why don't you find a nice straight line and settle down? But he hardly heard a word they said. For anyway he looked at her, she was perfect. He saw things in her that no one else could possibly imagine. She's more beautiful than any straight line I've ever seen, he sighed wistfully. But even allowing for his feelings, this was probably stretching a point. And so he spent his time dreaming of the inconstant dot and imagining himself as the forceful figure she was sure to admire. The line as a celebrated daredevil. The line as a leader in world affairs. The line as a fearless law enforcement agent. The line is a potent force in the world of art. The line is an international sportsman. But he soon grew tired of self-deception and decided that perhaps the squiggle might have had the answer after all. I lack spontaneity. I must learn to let go, to be free, to express the inner passionate me. But it didn't make any difference, for no matter how often or how hard he tried, he always ended up the same way. And yet he continued trying and failing and trying again until, when he had all but given up, he discovered at last that with great concentration and self-control, he was able to change direction and bend wherever he chose. So he did, and made an angle. And then again, and made another, and then 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 another. "Hot stuff," he shouted, much impressed with his efforts, and in a wild burst of enthusiasm sat up for half the night, putting on an outrageous display of sides, bends, and angles. "Freedom is not a license for chaos," he observed the next morning. Oh, what a head! There and then he decided not to squander his talents in cheap exhibitionism. For months he practiced in secret. Soon he was making squares and triangles, hexagons, parallelograms, rhomboids, polyhedrons, trapezoids, parallel pipets, decagons, tetragrams, and an infinite number of other shapes, so complex that he had to letter his sides and angles to keep his place. Before long, he had learned to carefully control ellipses, circles, and complex curves, and to express himself in any shape he wished. You name it, I'll play it. But all his successes meant nothing to him alone, and so off he went to seek the dot once again. Oh, you again, muttered the squiggle in a voice that sounded like bad plumbing. You don't stand a chance. But the line was bursting with old love and new confidence, and he was not to be denied, for now he was dazzling. Clever. Mysterious. Versatile. Erudite. Eloquent. Profound. Enigmatic. Complex. And compelling. The dot was overwhelmed. She giggled like a schoolgirl and didn't know what to do with her hands. Then she turned to the squiggle, who had suddenly developed a severe cramp. Well, she inquired, trying to give him every chance. The squiggle, taken by surprise, did the best he could. Is that all? She demanded. I guess so, replied the miserable squiggle. That is, I suppose so. What I mean is I never know how it's going to turn out. Hey, have you heard the one about the two guys who... Dot wondered why she'd never noticed how hairy and coarse he was, how untidy and graceless, and how he mispronounced his L's and picked his ear. And suddenly she realized that what she thought was freedom and joy was nothing but anarchy and sloth. You are as meaningless as a melon, she said coolly. Undisciplined, unkempt and unaccountable, insignificant, indeterminate and inadvertent. Out of shape, out of order, out of place, and out of luck. With that, she turned to the line and shyly took his arm. Do the one with all the funny curves again, honey, she cooed softly. And he did, and soon they did, and lived, if not happily ever after, at least reasonably so.
We are a fraternity of assassins, born to follow the code of fate. My father killed by it. My mother died for it. I'm hunted because of it.
You were an abomination that had to be dealt with. Your father, however, had other ideas.
I am not my father's son. I'm my father's killer. An asshole with a gun and a cool suit.
Someone has to pay for the little things.
Edward. My name's Henry.
I don't know any Edward. My name is Henry. You're making a terrible mistake. I just want my life back.
What if you moved into a new home?
Hey, Mom! I think it's perfect weather for gardening.
No, Coraline. Rain makes mud. Mud makes a mess.
Where the neighbors
Check out Slugzilla. Ow!
are a bit strange.
Are those dogs real?
Couldn't bear to part with them, so we had them stuffed.
And nothing fun
Hey, Dad.
ever happens.
Coraline, this house is 150 years old. Go explore it.
But what if you discovered a world like yours in every way,
Mom?
only different?
We've been waiting for you, Coraline.
My mother doesn't have...
Buttons? Do you like them? I'm your other mother, silly.
Hello, Coraline. How's it going?
What's shaking, baby?
A place with all the comforts of home. Wow. Only better.
Want to hear my new song? This piano plays me.
Introducing my astonishing, stupendous, jumping mouse circus!
Wow! My name!
You probably think this world is a dream come true, but you're wrong.
How about hide and seek in the rain?
What rain?
From Henry Selick, director of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Better get home to my other mother.
But I'm your other mother.
Based on the best-selling book by Neil Gaiman, comes an extraordinary new vision
Your parents are in terrible danger.
in eye-popping 3D.
She's taken them. Evil wins!
Challenge her. She's got a thing for games.
What kind of game? An exploring game. To find my real mom and dad.
What if you don't find them?
I'll stay here with you forever and let you love me.
Deal.
Let's go! Beating her is my only chance to find my real parents.
Coraline! How dare you disobey your mother?
You aren't my mother.
Coraline.
Don't believe me? You can ask the cat.
I ain't stopping until our high school squad is an all-star squad. Are y'all down?
Yeah, girl, we tighter than a new weed.
Now let's do this.
Lena was on her way to the top. when life knocked her back to the bottom.
Mom thinks that going to school in Malibu is the best thing that ever happened to me.
You can't complain about moving to Malibu. You got to be living large.
Mi casa es su casa.
Hey, what's it like there? Lifestyles of the rich and annoying. Who are they?
Malibu Jaguars. All-Star squad.
My East LA squad is like this close to becoming all-stars too. Wow. And I'm like this close to caring.
When Avery's mean to you, it means she sees you as a threat.
To prove herself in her new school.
Only reason you sweat me is because you know that I can beat you.
Hey, Goof is on? Go post it for your BFF on your fungus-filled Facebook page.
You want this school to respect you, right? Then you need to respect yourselves.
It'll take friendship.
Mess with my squad, you mess with me, Avery.
Family.
You're my true sisters.
And a fight to the finish.
Let's take them on for real at the All-Star Championship.
It's the hottest Bring It On yet. Bring It On. Fight to the finish. An all-new movie starring Christina Milian.
Tráelo.
I don't speak Taco Bell menu, so what does that mean?
Bring it.
Coming soon.
Batman Arkham Asylum coming soon on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and games for Windows.
You gotta make a choice, fellas. Who are you gonna be? Boys or men? 4 bullets, baby.
You beat me into that, Jared. Come on.
Guess it's Mama's house for you tonight, big Jared. Hello?
The FBI will arrive at your apartment in 30 seconds. You must flee the premises.
Who is this? No, none of this is mine!
FBI! Get down on the floor! Listen, it's not mine!
You know you got the wrong guy, right?
Oh, obviously.
Somebody set me up.
Here's the thing, Jerry. You're in a load of trouble, son.
Rachel Holloman, look in the window. Would you risk your life for your son?
Who are you?
There's a car parked at the corner of this block. The keys are in the ignition. Start walking.
Time for your phone call.
We told you to run.
How'd you get on this phone? Who are you?
You have 10 seconds.
What the hell are you talking about?
Get down now.
No way that this guy did this alone. Someone is pulling his strings.
Are you the one to call me on the phone?
She called you too. Drive.
FBI!
Follow directions and you'll live through this.
How are you seeing us right now?
Disobey.
What did she say?
And you die.
Somebody's hacking into the power grid.
Hey!
Traffic cams.
The lights are all turning green.
You got a theory?
She wants us to go to the armored truck.
The briefcase.
What's in it?
It makes no sense.
This is insane.
You want us to
I'm
rob
not
them?
doing this.
Do it now.
Go, go, go!
What if it's a decoy to distract us from something 50 times bigger?
Find out what is happening.